with that tight dress on. I've got a small proposition for you. You look kinda sexy, got it going on. Here's what I want you to do. Come a little closer, let me see that thong. Let me slide this number to you. You can catch me in the streets with my blue khakis on, and out your tail smoking blunts with my crew. All my niggas do the gangster walk. All my niggas do the gangster walk. Hey, all my bitches do the gangster walk. Let me see you do the gangster walk. No matter what they say. All my niggas do the gangster walk. All my niggas do the gangster walk. Low trees anyway. All my bitches do the gangster walk. Let me see you do the gangster walk. Hey, hey. All my niggas do the gangster walk. All my niggas do the gangster walk. Hey, hey. All my bitches do the gangster walk. Let me see you do the gangster walk. No matter what they say. All my niggas do the gangster walk. All my niggas do the gangster walk. Low trees anyway.
Smoke weed every day.
It's 6 in the morning, we still going strong, and we ran out of weed at about 2. Must be the music got these gangsters gone. I'm trying to lay this funk down on you. Homie, give it up if you fall. Homie, give it up for your sec. Hey, pick it up as we falling. Baby, show 'em all how to west. No matter what they say. All my niggas do the gangster walk. All my niggas do the gangster walk. Low trees anyway. All my bitches do the gangster walk. Let me see you do the gangster walk. Hey, hey. All my niggas do the gangster walk. All my niggas do the gangster walk. Hey, hey, hey. All my bitches do the gangster walk. Let me see you do the gangster walk. No matter what they say. All my niggas do the gangster walk. All my niggas do the gangster walk. Low trees anyway.
Smoke weed every day.
Imagine if we had a choice. We'd fuel to the fire. And yeah, imagine if we had a vote. The just denial. All our days of virtue and